Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ruwad session on how to accelerate your startup. My name is Amin Matni, and I'm working at Qatar Business Incubation Center. I'm going to share with you a bit of my background. I've been handling programs for the last 7 years at Cubic, basically dealing with the Lean Startup Program and Lean Acceleration Program from design to execution, training the startups day in, day out until they raise pre-seed investments. In addition to that, coaching them post-incubation for a year and handling the Ooredoo portfolio, our partner. We have a fund together and created a vertical called Digital and Beyond. I'm also an active angel investor. For the last part of my 12 years in the entrepreneurship space, I work with around 800 plus startups. I built two companies earlier in the advertising space. And previously to my position in Cubic, I was in QSTP, where I jump-started with an amazing team, the Center of Innovation. My space is in design thinking and innovation management. I'm a certified strategizer and lean stack coach. And also I'm part of the syndicate in the US as a certified and accredited investor. I'm going to cover today a bit of Cubic and our incubation services, and then move on to the acceleration program, which is the meat of this session, and how we help you achieve product market fit. And in it, there is the investment module and looking at investment strategy and investment readiness bootcamp. These are key things for a startup, and share with you some startups that are in our portfolio. Cubic is sitting in Salwa Road. It's been in the industrial space simply because we have an industrial license and we have a big portfolio of industrial workshops where we lease them. And we've been recognized regionally on our effort. But it's not only about, of course, the industrial portfolio. We've been co-founded by QDB and NEMA in 2014, and the mandate is broader than the industrial portfolio. It's also for entrepreneurs. So tech startups is a core value that we help to support you as founders to roll out to the market and raise funds. And our basically mission is to empower local entrepreneurs to start and grow your companies, and via incubation, development, connecting you and investing you. And that's the mandate. Basically, will help the next wave of pioneer Qatari startups and entrepreneurs. So key goals are related to, what we want to do in the country is to, support the next generation of entrepreneurs and business leaders, contribute to the development of the private sector, which is, of course, diversification of the economy under Qatar National Vision 2030, and transform the mindset of Qatari companies in a progressive and effective manner, because that definitely the mindset is all about that. Core verticals. At Cubic, we have our own fund, so we invest in startups, which is the fund allocated from QDB. We have a sports portfolio, sports tech, also is under Cubic, and focusing on sports tech entrepreneurs and ventures. We have our partnership with Ooredoo, where we focus on technologies related to IoT, health tech, smart cities, and any enabled technology in relation to blockchain and AI. And the fourth vertical that we handle is the industrial portfolio, where we have 11 industrial workshops in the backyard of Cubic, and Jahiz 1, Jahiz 2, and Jahiz 3 is rolling, where we have around 60 industrial workshops. So these are our offerings. So for training programs, where most of my responsibility lies, the Lean Startup, the Lean Acceleration, and the Lean Coaching Program. The Lean Coaching Program is interesting in terms of tuning and aligning with amazing professionals in the market who have some experience with startups, whether they co-founded it, worked in it, invested in it, to come in and then synergize with our way of working with our entrepreneurs. And then we commission them on a yearly contract to work with a startup. The Lean Manufacturing Program, of course, it's the place to prepare the businessmen and businesswomen to manufacture. And I must say that programs are a vetting machine and kind of a prepping machine for investment. So investment day is at the end of the program. Programs help you de-risk your business models, and that's the whole intent. Demo day and investor day are always coming in to bring smart investment angels from the community to put in a ticket in you to help you grow. With the industrial workshops, as I mentioned earlier, we also have office spaces for our entrepreneurs. Some of them are QFC licensed, and some are for for mainland. And coaching is key in our offerings because, yeah, programs help you to set certain framework, whether you are a SaaS, a platform, a marketplace, enterprise solution, whatever that is. There are always programs that help you to deploy certain sprints, do some product dev, and then raise investment and deal with the financials. But the coaching is the customization, and this is a key value that we provide. Of course, we have investor series, inspirational touch points, and mix and match, where we try to bring in the talents together to help synergize and exchange value. We've been, rolling in the market for quite some time, and we have 7,000 plus applications, 221 startups. We have invested over 12 million of seed funding, and that includes conditional seed fund and the Musharaka convertible note, because we moved from grant to investment. And the startups have generated more than 200 million in revenue. That's their revenue, not ours. To share with you who we help at Cubic. So we start with idea stage. If you're in a research stage, we cannot help you. You need to come out from the research space with outputs, with key actionable items, and you move to applied research, where you are applying something, and that could be an interesting space here. We can support you in hackathons. If you have developed a prototype, just to tell the story, or a functionable prototype, but it doesn't function with your customers, that means they cannot use it and pay for you. This is called minimum viable product, where it functions at minimum viable and valuable touch points with your customer. And if you go to the market and you validate with a MVP or without an MVP, you can validate without an MVP. You can validate that there is a problem that you're solving via the prototype, and they're willing to commit to you. Hence, you can build the MVP later. And to move scale towards scaling. We operate at this spectrum of idea towards product market fit. And then the core discussion today is about product market fit. So this is our journey that we designed for our entrepreneurs. So we start with pre-incubation efforts, and it is the hackathon, 2.5 days. And then we help and we coach the entrepreneurs for 3 months to run marketing sprints via a milestone plan. And we disperse the 25,000 riyals accordingly. And then you come into the Lean Startup program with some market validation. And it's important here that we phase 3 months. So 2.5 days, 3 months in the market, validation. Then you come into the Lean Startup program, you run 11 weeks, almost another quarter, and then you raise a pre-seed ticket. And then you get 1 year incubation, and you raise 250,000 riyals from us on a 1 year residency. We offer you services, as I mentioned earlier. Halfway through, we do demo day, where you will be pitching to source investment from investors. Angels, usually we invite them, and we have seen great traction in the market where angels are dipping in with tickets ranging between 50,000 riyals to $100,000. And that's great to see the ecosystem being active. At the end of the first year of incubation, we'll meet again on selection day, and then we see if we can put another ticket, but of course your valuation will be growing. We will adapt accordingly. And you come in with another year, and we accelerate you here, and there will be another demo day mid of the year to raise usually seed tickets. And we've seen a $1 million kind of tickets within this space, and we've seen some startups who are already landing in adjacent countries after raising those tickets. And of course, the coaching is all along the way, because that's the value, of course, to work with entrepreneurs and help them with the noise that they have to focus on what matters, with small objectives of quarterly objectives, and then small sprints that spread every 2 weeks. And you see with that cadence, you help the entrepreneur to de-risk further their business model and roll out to the market and validate with customers. So basically, if we look about the previous slide, so idea stage in the beginning, you develop an MVP, an LSP, you roll out the versions with validations with your customers, you onboard customers in year one. And then by the end of year one, you move to specifications and scoping MVP2 because you learn a lot from your customers. And then hopefully that will help you in early traction. And this is where you come to the acceleration program, where we see compounded growth of 15-20%, where they hatch product market fit and channel fit, because definitely you need run sprints in the market and onboard and retain customers and hopefully look for referrals. Lean Startup program, 11 weeks. Usually we start in August. That program just really, created amazing deal flow of incubated companies. So around 136 so far. And now we're finishing our 16th version. And we wish all the entrepreneurs best of luck in that. So what we aim to do is basically, of course, is developmental, gain the mindset, but we focus on customers and we help the entrepreneurs to meet customers every week by enabling them with the right mindset, the right questions, the right props to go and understand what matters to them. And then based on these validation touch points, they can scope an MVP. If they're coming with an MVP in the program, they will validate it, whether they onboard the customers on a paid model, or they will understand if they're churning, then why, and then basically this is scoping for their product. And of course, we help them to increase their readiness for investment day or demo day, and they get 1 year incubation, coaching, office, training, exposure to the market, and access to investment on demo day half year through. And our investment is convertible note on 250,000 riyals. And usually if you are an idea stage, and I'll come to the valuation caps in a while. The meat of the matter is here. It is basically the Lean Acceleration Program. It's starting in end of January. So a call to action early Feb. The first module is the first days of Feb, and it's going to happen every other week because we want you to run the sprints. The sprints are every 2 weeks. With that cadence, you will run a 16 weeks duration because there's Ramadan to raise the seed in end of May. And basically objective is product market fit and of course channel fit. And these are key milestones for investors to put in a seed ticket. And of course, increasing your readiness for investment day. We put the same ticket, and I will talk about the valuation. So if you're in LSP and you're at an idea stage, we put 250K convertible note against a 2.5 million valuation cap on the convertible. If you are in the Lean Acceleration Program, you have an MVP with early revenue. And it might be that case, you might come out from the Lean Startup Program like this with an MVP and early revenue. Then we put in a ticket on 250K with 3.57 million riyals, around $1 million. This is the program just to see what are the areas that we attack. We focus deeply on the tech and the IT stack of your marketing IT stack and the product stack. And we have amazing guests that are coming in from flagship global companies to help you focus on analytics. And this is important to be data-driven. In the beginning, we strategize, we put the objective and key results, and we define what you want to run and achieve halfway through the year. And then we run 2-week sprints on product, on marketing, and we hone on the CAC, on the LTV, and other metrics to improve them, and then increase retention, reduce churn. A lot of customer discovery with the product that yields to scoping various things on your business model. You see, if you see how many sessions in marketing are there, you understand that we go heavy on the channels. We go heavy on the messaging, heavy on experimentation, segmentation and experimentation, a lot of A/B testing. So it's just bringing data, and the data will help you to define patterns on what's hot and what's not. But also qualitative touch points with your customers are key to understand the mindset, the operation of your customers, or the customer journey in general. We focus halfway through, we start to inch in towards investment, as you see in module 3, investment strategies and theses, and then documentation and deal room creation. And then Ramadan, we're going to do one-on-one coaching sessions. So we go deep in customization. And then we touch upon B2B and B2C, depending on your business model. We continue on the marketing. We look at Net Promoter Score and other indicators to see how you're performing with your customers. Product roadmap. Legal is important because you're going to decrease your legal exposure, whether the way you do contracts or your T's and C's are, or maybe your legal infrastructure. You might open another country, maybe a Delaware, maybe adjacent countries. So you look and question who is the parent company and how the subsidiaries are working if you have to branch out. The other part of is we start to hone on marketing for investors and investor relationship management. And there's a lot of work to be done there to create a communication thread with your angels and then build the momentum towards demo day. That requires a couple of months of work. So we start early during the program to hone on those areas. Pitching and storytelling is key. Deal room vetting so is key. And preparing documentation for you to receive bookings from angels and interests. So you run the one-on-one meetings in demo day, and then we run the pitching rehearsals, and and demo day is there, hopefully to help you raise seed fund. So for you to understand what maturity level, you need to have a product live and functioning. You need to have paid customers. You need to have a fully dedicated founder or co-founder, full-timer, at least one. And you have funds to iterate on the product and on marketing sprints during the program. So you need to have some seed funding available and runway. And then you're in the program to raise investment. This is an in-kind program that we put in to help you raise investment. So for our deal flow with in Incubate, they're getting in part of the in-kind. And for external startups, they're coming in to raise investment. So we say we're not a university, we're the programs are a means to get investment, and only that. What you will do, as I mentioned in the timeline, just in summary, eight focus areas. You run marketing sprints, inbound and outbound. You run experiments on revenue models and pricing strategies. You run product sprints, based on customer input, of course. Team is key. You need to assemble, and as you're inching towards product market fit, you need some people to help you. Not full-time, of course, because it's too tricky, but some part-timers to help you out to execute those sprints. Building financial models based on your what you want to achieve and how much you're going to burn money. So build some scenarios and simulations, like if you raise that much, how would be my financial model? If I raise that much and I want to achieve that much, how would be? So doing some A/B testing and A/B modeling per se. The legal is key. So legal documentation and for investment, but in general for helping you to de-risk your operation, investment strategy, and then pitching for investors. So this is how we deploy a sprint. So you plan an experiment, you deploy it, you capture data, and then you would decide on something or ignore something, or you need more data. So we run 7 sprints, 14 weeks. That's for the Lean Acceleration Program. And every 2 weeks we meet and we run further experiments. This is our product. It's a convertible note. Convertible note is a debt to equity. And basically it has some clauses to help you, and it took us amazing time, and it was a lot of work to get it approved, and it's Sharia compliant, the convertible note. So it's based on 100,000 cash and 150,000 in kind of services, which includes office for 1 year, coaching program, access to market, and other perks that you get from the incubation. So you have, as I mentioned earlier, two options. If you are in the Lean Acceleration Program, your valuation cap can start at 3.57 if you have MVP with revenue, which you should have to enter the program. But all along the way, if you reach the end of demo day and you haven't closed investment from a third-party investor at a higher valuation, this is something that you need to be looking at, and And importantly, so we align on a higher cap, which is option number 2. So it's important to onboard an investor, sign with them a safe or a convertible note on a higher valuation. So we align to that valuation or valuation cap. Burn rate is important. So you need to keep your eye. 100K from us is not much. If you're burning per se 15,000 a month or 20 in the beginning and less later on, it's not going to last more. So either you need to put money and you need to bring angel money. So financial modeling is key. Because as you know, as per CB Insights, you don't want to go in the market and solve something that nobody needs or nobody wants. And the second reason for failure is running out of cash. So, you can refer to that slide. There's a lot of challenges around startups and successes and failures. So as you move on and you are in the seed stage, which is the third bucket, you're de-risking further your business model with us and raising seed fund, and usually from angels and maybe early VCs or syndicates, depending on where their tickets are. Usually the vehicles are convertible notes, safes. We encourage entrepreneurs to move away from price rounds there because it's too early and it is really huge assumptions to to hone on a valuation, and whoever hones on a valuation at early stage is really kind of shooting in the dark, and there's no point in that. So I'll share with you a few startups. At Home Doc came in around 4 years ago to our acceleration program. Same for Urban Point, same for B Delivery. So At Home Doc has branched out to the Saudi market and growing beautifully. He's on Series A. And we wish him best of luck, Hisham. And Urban Point also clinched a partnership with Uridu and deployed their app in 3 countries, and also now thinking of interesting ideas in the fintech space to create further USP. The B is amazing logistics company that started to deliver to the on-demand apps. Our new portfolio and new blood, we have I4Build and BuildHub. In the BuildHub is basically a procurement platform for contractors to acquire resources, building material. And I4Build is an ERP system for SMEs and a CRM. Bayina is a platform for lawyers to get snippets on the latest laws and regulations. Tashid is a SaaS for the construction industry to help them do better, streamline the communication, document management, inspections. Coco Loco is an e-com for fashion, and Obi Coach is a platform. It's a SaaS actually for weight loss customers to monitor and control their diet via taking pictures and controlling what they're eating on a calorie intake per day. Digital and beyond portfolio, we have Debito, which is a very interesting startup that started to deal with the bakalas and to help them with the credit management, and then branched out from there. PMO Bytes, it's a project management platform that helps companies to manage better their products, their projects. We have eDine Menu. It's basically a platform to help restaurants digitize their menus, but also to do kitchen vision, which is an interesting IoT solution to help the restaurant managers to have better visibility on compliance. So as you know, the staff, they need to put gowns and gloves and clean the bins and regularly, so they be compliant and don't get fines from the municipality. eHarris is it's a visitor platform, talent management also, and they're working on, interestingly, also the digital business cards. If this hopefully resonates with you, then please go to our website and apply the Lean Acceleration Program. I wish you best of luck and looking forward to work with you. With this, I'll end my session. Thank you very much. Best of luck, and Ruwad.